Hey everybody, Dave here. I hope you're having an awesome day. It is time to make another Kit Bash droid. I want to build a droid really bad. And about a month ago, I found this robot at the Dollar Tree called Final Faction. I didn't know a lot about it, but some of you have commented on my channel and kind of told me about what it is. The Dollar Tree has actually started its own little animated series called Final Faction, and they've come out with their own line of action figures. Now, there's quite a few people that have already made review videos on these, so I'm not going to really do that. But that being said, there's a lot of people that are kind of ripping on it and saying they're really bad and stupid. And I would say the cartoon is not like stellar, but man, if you're a 6-year-old to a 8-year-old or 9-year-old kid, it's probably pretty awesome. But for me, not really my jam. But the toys themselves are actually pretty nice sculpts and pretty easy to kit bash. The backs are actually 2 Phillips head screws, so you can take them apart pretty easy. So I got myself a couple of these, and they have like monsters and the heroes, but then they also have these accessory packs, which are pretty cool because there's some cool little cannons and helmets and guns and all kinds of cool stuff. So I don't exactly know what this is going to end up being, but I do know I want to do a droid, and one of these has like a droid arm. And yeah, I don't know. Let's just start building. That's the fun of kit bashing, and these things are $1 a piece. So what can go wrong? All right, so here's my quick analysis right now. I think right now the body is this Ruck character. So if you're wanting to go to the Dollar Tree and kind of build something similar to this, I'm going to use Ruck, because his chest looks more robotic to me. The other character, what is it, Master Sergeant Steadfast, his is more like, you know, camouflage, human body armor. So I think I'm going to use Ruck. This is Ruck's legs. This is Ruck's arm over here. This gun came in this accessory pack. And I just like this kind of space little blaster, and it fits really nice in his hand. Actually, the finger goes in the trigger guard there, so that's pretty cool. And then I'm using this arm from Master Sergeant Steadfast. Let me just pull this over here, this guy, because he has the robotic arm on this side. Now, I love the robotic feet and shins, but this up here doesn't look very robotic to me, so I think I'm going to bust out my Gundam models, just the scrap parts that I have. And if you've seen any of my builds, I've got these just random Gundam kits that I found at yard sales and stuff, so I've got a whole bunch of parts, and I might end up dremeling this off and putting some kind of robotic pieces here just to kind of build out this leg to be a little bit more robotic instead of just like pants. And then with this arm, same thing. I got a nice robotic arm here. There's some nice little robotic features here, this thing, and then you got the shoulder pad, or like on the forearm. But I think here on the bicep, I might add maybe some little Gundam parts just to make that feel a little bit more robotic. Still not sure about the head. I've got this pen cap. I was just kind of looking at this and kind of, you know, like, is that kind of cool? So I need to figure that all out as well, but I will keep you informed on how I do that as we go along. So that is where I'm thinking I'm going to head. I'll let you know if it changes. Come on, let's do this. Okay, so here's where I'm at on this little kit bash project that I'm working on. I've been dremeling down, sanding the legs. I've got some little Gundam parts that I could potentially glue that on there. That looks pretty cool. But then the back of the leg doesn't look that great. So I've been playing around with some other parts, and nothing's really fitting that great that I'm like, this looks really nice. It's kind of like, eh. So then I pulled out this Final Faction robot. It's the Dollar Tree action figure. And I was like, oh, wait, there's a really nice robotic leg, so I could actually just use this. Well, turns out this robotic leg is way bigger, and they're so big it doesn't actually fit. So I was like, huh, all right. And this is part of my process. Like, I'm just looking at what I have and just kind of trying to imagine or envision what it could turn out to be. Then I found these hairspray caps. I thought, oh, this could be actually more interesting and even more custom than just a kit bash of some action figures, but maybe a kit bash and a scratch build of putting these two hairspray caps together. And then what I'd like to do is maybe glue a metal washer or a nut in there or something like that, Dremel this little nub off, put some magnets in there, and then click the magnets on so they can actually articulate, move around, and almost make like this little oval shaped kind of pill droid kind of thing. And then these legs work pretty nice. Dremel that nub off and maybe put some magnets in there as well, so you can have like that. And then for the eye, maybe, I'm not sure if this will work, using like a little LED, one of these tea light LEDs. I think it looks pretty cool. So that's the direction I'm going to be taking right now. Is I think I'm going to work towards this little pillbot droid kind of thing. I think it's kind of fun and maybe a little bit more unique. So let's kind of switch gears and see if this works. Alright, so here's where I'm at with the droid. I am back to the large robot legs. I've got magnets in them. I've kind of been bouncing all around. I like the proportions of this smaller body only because when I was messing with these arms, they didn't quite fit right because the legs are in the way. So I think what I'm going to do, and I played around with the proportions, like maybe making it taller or even taller, but it just started getting ridiculous. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go small body, no arms per se, but I think what I'm going to do is I've got these little cannons that are from the Final Faction accessory kit, and I think I'm going to do something like this. You get the idea. The droid will not have little arms, but instead he'll have these little cannons and he'll be kind of like a battle droid. So I think I'm going to try that. All right, so I got it done, and I had thought it was gonna end up one way, but I totally revamped it and did it another way, and I've got like green all over me. I noticed I've got green paint. That's not like 80s eyeshadow, but oh well. Anyways, that's kind of the fun of these projects, is just looking at what you're working with and then creating something. I did do some weathering on it. I did some washes. If you want to see how to do that, I have a video. I'll do a link for it at the end of this. It's my Advil droid that I made. So if you want to see how to weather something, you can check that out. I got the tea light working in there, so that's pretty sweet. So turned out pretty cool. As always, it's a great day to be a toy nerd. Have a good one.